Parents, is your year 11 or 12 studying standard maths stuck with the worded questions and they just can't get their head around it? If so, give me 5 minutes and I'll show you how your child can start and finish worded problems with a clear, structured, step-by-step solution. Right? And if you comment papers below, I'll send you my complete past paper library of everything I use in the HSC. Right? So for those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Andrew Malcolm. I'm the founder and owner of ACM Tuition, and in 2020, I came first in New South Wales for standard mathematics. And since then, I've just been teaching hundreds of students how to study effectively and how to break down worded questions using key strategies and structures. And in every single video I post, I give you guys one actionable tip that can help your team get a band 6 in standard mathematics. So in this short video, I'm going to give you the exact steps I used when I was stuck on a question. Right? So the number one problem your child probably has is that they look at a question and they have no idea where to start. Right? They stare at it, they get overwhelmed, and eventually they just leave the question blank because I don't know how to do it. And it's not working, right? Because it's impossible to go through an exam and know how to do every single question straight away, right? Even students give me questions and I have no idea how to do it, right? And so I just follow these simple steps, right? So let me go through it here. The first one is a prerequisite, right? It's what is the question asking, right? So when I start with worded questions, I always start at the actual question here, right? So this question here, right? It has a whole lot of information up here. I don't read any of this until I know exactly what I'm trying to find out. So using the information provided, plot the point x, y, and the y-intercept on the least squares regression line on the grid below. All right. So what's the question asking? It's asking me to plot a graph. Right? What question gives you hints? This next step is the question gives you hints. Once I know exactly what I'm calculating, I'm going to go through and see, all right, what hints has the question given me? So I need to plot these points and the y-intercept and make a line. So a university uses gas heat on its buildings over a period of 10 weekdays during winter, blah, blah, blah. All right, I got nothing from that. X as the average daily temperature outside, and Y as the total gas usage. So I'm going to write that hint down so it's clear. X equals temp, Y equals gas. The equation of the regression line predicts that when the temperature is 0, right, the gas usage is 236 megawatts. Right? All I'm doing is getting hints from what the question's giving me. Right? And I have these data points below for temperature. And then I have this data point for gas. Right. In any bivariate data set, the least squares regression line passes through the point x, y, where x is the mean of the x value, so mean of temperature, and y bar is the mean of gas. Right. So I've already gotten all these hints from the question, right? And the way I did this is I found out what the question was asking and then just put down everything that was relevant to that, right? This isn't relevant, so I don't really have to read it. Right? All right, what's next? What do I know? With this one, it's all about what do I know, right? What do I know about the solution? What do I know about bivariate data in general? I know this format here, y equals mx plus b, where m is the gradient, or the slope of the line, how steep it is, and b is where the line touches this, or the y-intercept. So what do I know about this? I know this. I also know how to calculate the mean mean is another word for average. So the average of this, right, mean temperature or average temperature equals these data points, right, divided by 10. Average equals to sum over number of points. So, yeah, with these things, right, this is what I know from the question. Let's go on to the last one, which is how do I get 1 mark? This is saying, with all the information I've gotten now, how do I get just 1 mark? Right? So all I'm going to do is just combine this together. Right? We can calculate the average. Maybe it'll give us a mark. Right? So average temperature, or we can just say X bar. Average temperature equals to 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, ... You get the point over 10. Put that in the calculator. Here we go. 2 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 9 plus 10. 10. That equals 5. And then we can also find the average of this by doing the same thing. Total was, the sum was 184, and we have 10 data points. That's going to give us value of 184 megawatts. 3C. Right. So now that we've gotten these, right, we've gotten our X and Y values, right? That's what we were trying to calculate first. So let's plot that in. Plot the point X, Y. So X is temperature, and that equals 5, which is here. And then our Y is 184, which is here. Come across here. We get to 5, and then just put a line here. And then what else do we know? I know that this point here is going to be our y-intercept, which is what we have here. How do I know that? Our y-intercept is when x equals 0. This point here, and the answer is 236. Right. All that's left is now I just have to draw a rule, or if I can find a ruler. Right, let's just freehand this. Obviously, you wouldn't freehand it in the HSC. But let's do something like this. Right, and that's going to be our least squares regression line. So you can really see, like, from all of this information, right, if you just follow these 3 steps, what's the question asking for? And then, what hints does it give you? Right, go through it now that you know what it's asking for, right, and just circle what you need. Right? After that, what do you know? Right here, I know that this is going to be our y-intercept from my previous knowledge. I know this formula here. We didn't even use it. I know this formula here to calculate our averages here, and you're really just going through and seeing how you can get 1 mark. What's the next step you can do? We found all of this, right? What's the next step, right? How do I get another mark? We can plot this. How do I get another mark? Let's do this slide here. So that's pretty much the 3-step process of how you solve worded questions in the HSC, right? And so it works because it gives students a structure, right? They're not just guessing and freezing up. They actually know what to do and what order to do it. And again, if you comment papers below, I'll send you the exact papers I use in my HSC to rank first in New South Wales for standard math. And it'll just help your child to go into the exam and just be a bit more confident. Right. So hope this helps. If you need anything, just let me know. And yeah, hope it helps.